What up, YouTube? So I'm here in Sarala getting some lumber from the wood shop, and I just got 12 foot 2x4s and a couple 2x2s and a 2x8 for about 2,500 pesos, and I'm going to be using this wood to be repairing a home that my father-in-law gave me and my wife to live in. So stay tuned for an update on that. We're going to be going through and fixing it up and making it livable again. It's very old and needs some repairs to the roof and to the structure. So see you soon. Alright, so here we are in my future home here in the Philippines, and as you can see, it's pretty old home. It's on the second floor, so it's got a pretty good view of outside. And yeah, just going through and fixing all of the bad rafters. So we've got a couple here that were completely rotted out. You can see there the old one is rotted through, so we added a new piece of cocoa lumber, and we did the same up there and over here. And so far the most extensive repairs have been right here. There's a couple rotted boards, so we had to replace them and cut off the old ones so that it would all go back together. There's about one more piece on the inside we gotta fix. This one here is split. You can see the split there, so we're gonna be replacing that one. And then there's a couple more here on the outside which are pretty hard to get to, but you can see they're just totally broken and missing. So see there, that one's like totally broken, and this one's totally missing. So we're gonna be fixing that, and then once the roof is all fixed up, we're gonna be replacing a couple pieces of tin. These two pieces need to be replaced, and then over here also on the other side where a tree fell, there's a couple more that need to be totally replaced. So there's about 4 pieces of tin that need to be replaced, and then I'm going to be using this silicone here, and then I'm going to use this silicone to patch all of the holes, because there's also quite a few little holes. You can see there, little holes like that. So I'm going to go up on the roof, I'm going to patch those holes, then I'm going to get some rust converter, and I'm going to clean off the rust as much as I can, apply the converter, and then put a coat of roof paint on the tin on the top just to kind of help preserve that. I don't have enough money to just completely replace the roof, so hopefully the paint does a good job. Then once the roof is all done, we're going to come inside here and start working on the floor. As you can see, the floor has some pretty damaged wood, so I'm going to be going through, I'm going to be pulling up the damaged wood in kind of bigger sections, and then laying down some new wood to replace that. See over here also there's a couple bad pieces, and there's even a 2x4 that's underneath. It's totally rotted, so I'm going to be replacing that as well, and going to be kind of detailing that a little bit more so people that have similar problems can go through and make the same repairs. But as you can see, the floor here just kind of needs patchwork done all over the place. The good news is that about 95% or more of the boards are good, so we won't have to replace too many of those. Okay, so here again. Now I'm going to start working on the floor. It's going to be cutting away here. Pulling out this old rotten stuff like this. So far, so you can see here where I've cut out a section of the floor to get to this rotten piece here. You can see it's still rotten there. I don't have to necessarily cut out this whole section here, but I just need to cut it out enough to where I can remove the rotten wood. And it might not even be rotten, it might be, looks like termites. I've been doing some work on it. So after that's done, I'm going to put in a new piece of cocoa lumber like this, and then I'll take a 2x2 and I'll run a 2x2 along here and a 2x2 along there so that I can put this wood back, and then I have a spot to attach it on either side. So, see, I'm gonna have some problem there. So basically I'll attach another 2x2 there, and that will allow me to replace the wood flooring pieces that I'm cutting out and put them all back. Some of this wood is going to be replaced entirely. You can see there's some bigger chunks that are missing, and it is a little bit tricky, but when I put in the new pieces, I just have to cut off the bottom lip so that I can slide it down in there without worrying about hitting the wood and doing any further damage. So hopefully I don't have to get too many pieces. I'm thinking probably about 10 lengths, and then I'll be able to come in and just plug up these spots where the wood is still good underneath. You can see there's a little bit of rot there, but it really is just that one spot that's been exposed. So I'll just take a small piece of 2x2 and put it in there and go ahead and replace that, along with cutting out some of these bad pieces. And if it's not too damaged like this, depending on how much the wood costs, I might just end up covering this with a small piece of plywood or something, and then putting like shelving on it. Maybe this will be a spot for the dresser, because this is going to be the bedroom area here. It's already got a little bit of 2x2 framing installed, so I'm going to put the bedroom right here, and then this will be like the living room area that kind of turns into this kitchen area. So the layout will get a little more defined as time goes on, but it looks like the most extensive damage to the flooring is over here. So I'm going to be pulling up quite a bit of this, and if it comes down to it, what I might end up doing is pulling the boards off of there and replacing it with bamboo, and maybe doing that along some other sections in order to get the wood I need to finish fixing the floor. So now it's just kind of coming down to lots of sawing here. Kind of a time-consuming process, but it's going to be well worth it to see the final project. So let's see if I can get this phone positioned. Just going along, working my way along here. Oh, got a cross piece here. I was wondering how I would get one of these. Basically, I just hit a cross board. There's a board going this way under here. Cut into that. I already kind of cut into this one a little bit. Looks like it's just kind of a smaller piece. Like they just kind of added these little joists in here. So I've already worked my way past this one. Talking about here in just a second. You can see here I hit a couple cross joists here, and it looks like the wood is still pretty rotten. So I'm going to keep on going, and I'll end up pulling those out as well, and just kind of going all the way until I don't find any more rot. Looks like it's still rotten right there, and gauging by how the floor feels, it feels like it's not too much further, like maybe right about here, that it is no longer rotten. So I'm going to keep cutting along here, and then I'm hoping I don't have to remove any more of that wood. I should be able to slide the cocoa lumber underneath it, and then just add a couple joists right there on the end, and kind of right here again. So yeah, so far so good. I'm just going to keep plugging away. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll have another update here after I cut some more of this out.